Mm,
Welcome, welcome everyone. Nancy
well,
is smiling with glee
mm,
about being with you live. It's so good to have you here live, and also the delight of getting to be together in the evening now via recording. It's really a blessing to be together in this way.
Thank you for showing up for yourself, for your soul connection, for all of us when you are healing, when you're present, when you are here with us, you give us, you give each other. And this is the community that we want to build. This is the type of earth we want to build, where we show up for each other. So thank you.
And this is, this thing that Nancy's speaking of here is when we really intend that our personal sacred journey and all the layers of awakening and healing and transformation and connection that we move with, when we really intend that that is medicine for others, and then we intend to receive whatever their work is, we catapult ourselves in ways that we couldn't otherwise move because we all have keys for one another and we don't have to even consciously talk to one another about it. The thing is, when we enter the soul field with that intentionality, we actually become the keys for one another.
Hmm.
As today, as we sort of like dive in to the soul field together and we weave, we'll really hold that understanding that we're weaving a connection. Uh, there's this thing they call the 100th monkey. Some of you may know of this, and it's where like they were researchers were tracking these different groups of monkeys on different islands. And what they found is that on this island over here, when enough monkeys figured out how to open the coconuts spontaneously on all the other islands where they were tracking monkeys that were not obviously having like direct contact with one another, everyone started to learn how to open the coconuts. Like at the same moment, like boom, now everyone can open coconuts and they couldn't open coconuts before.
Hmm.
And so we're in this field, right? And like this one's figuring out something and that one's figuring out something. I'm figuring out something. Nancy's figuring out something. And if we share that, boom, we all elevate. We
Yeah.
all of a sudden open the coconuts.
Yes. Yes. So let's take a moment to sink into that deliciousness of the soul field and get in your body in a position where you can just not get distracted, just relax. Perhaps you close your eyes or you look down to minimize distractions and you notice your breathing. You notice all of the things that maybe you want to leave in the temple of divine perfection so you can be here completely present with us.
We're going to light our red candle, sacred remembrance that only that which is serving the highest good is allowed in this sacred space.
And ground in your energy into this moment, imagining that you are deeply connected to Mother Earth, that your energy is held and loved and nourished by this sacred earth that we live in. And you're held dearly and gently as you go explore the upper realms.
And with those words, you feel yourself reaching spontaneously, reaching for the highest, widest wisdom, light, love, and beauty that you have access to the place where you are already in communion with the source of all light, love, beauty, life itself. And you begin breathing alive that communion into this now moment, into the body temple. Each breath, the molecules and cells and space between them that make up what you call your body and your life start to be touched and activated, communing in the holy wholeness.
And feeling the communion with one another, the ones present and the ones in the eternal now, the ones that are around you or close to you or even further away from you. Feel your connection to all.
And as you feel that linkage, you feel that there is this opening for sacred exchange. And the sacred exchange is through, filtering light through the very source that you are communing with. But if there's something in your journey, in your awakening, in your soul field experience that serves others, it's like with the simplicity of a breath, you just offer that out. And with the simplicity of the in breath, you receive their beneficial awakenings. So there's this exchange as simple as breath of giving the magic and the majesty of who you are and receiving the magic and majesty of the others that are here with you in the eternal now. In this breath, we remember that we are indeed one and that we can purposefully filter those connections through that holy wholeness. And literally, we become the keys that other people need, and we receive the keys that we need from them. Unlocking the grander and grander expression, the more and more authentic expression. And you feel the goodness of this, it's tangible. Your cup is being filled by the giving and the receiving.
And in this ebb and flow of life, You take and you release. You breathe in and you breathe out. You receive and you surrender. You live and you return. The ebb and flow of life.
Feeling yourself breathing into, receiving into the low belly, the sacred connected breath. And as you release from the low belly, letting go of any heaviness, any tension there. And feeling that the low belly becomes like a sponge. And it starts to absorb this delicious, nourishing energy. And it's abundant energy, so it just keeps flowing and flowing. It's not taking away from the cells or the energy in your body or around you, but it's getting really concentrated there in the low belly. And this sponge will store some of this goodness for you. Perhaps even you're absorbing parts of the goodness that you're not yet ready to embody, codes and keys that will be ready at a later time. And the womb space, that low belly sacred womb space, absorbs those to sort of release in just the right way and just the right time. This concentrated energy of the very consciousness that nourishes your life, your divine and sacred evolving. And you might feel that you've grown many inches or many feet. You may feel a tallness, especially through the midline of the body, as you rest on that concentrated energy in the pelvic bowl. Here in this space of your body, new light is streaming through. Any places where there was something lost in the darkness have now been illuminated. And in this space, you breathe in your hopes, your dreams, your desires. And you feel that you can just sort of let that flow out of your heart through your life like fairy dust, potentiating your world. Effortlessly. And as this might continue to happen, and you might want to stay in this space longer, before you come out, take a moment and let this goodness ripple out through the entire web of life for the benefit of all beings. We'll see you on Sunday at 11 a.m. for Soulfield.
Mm. Thank you for joining us. It's good to see you.